Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, Edward Snowden ought to be pardoned by the president. All in favor. Okay, so Edward Snowden was on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple of days ago. By the way, this was Edward Snowden's second appearance. He was on Joe's podcast last year. So, anyway, they were discussing this. Should Trump pardon? Should he pardon Snowden? And Snowden, well, here's the funny part. I'm going to play a clip in a minute. But Joe Rogan says to Snowden, he goes, do you think Trump even knows about this? Because he's notorious for not attending briefings, half paying attention. He probably doesn't even know what's going on. It's really funny. And I'm going to play the clip in a minute here. But what's also hilarious is that Joe Rogan says, well, Edward Snowden started laughing. He goes, well, why don't you give him a call? And he goes, well, Joe goes, I don't have his number, but I have some friends who have the president's ear. And I know he's talking about Dana White. Dana White, the president of the UFC. If people don't know, Joe Rogan's obviously great friends with Dana White. Joe's going to advise Dana White to call the president to pardon Snowden. That's pretty hilarious. Joe Rogan, right? I mean, so first of all, I did a video where I was discussing the possibility that Joe's going to host and moderate the debates between Biden and Trump, and now he's going to advise Dana White to tell President Trump to pardon Edward Snowden. Okay, very interesting. Watch this clip, and I'll talk further afterwards. Watch.
I wonder how much the president actually knows about your case. You know, because
yeah. It's a good question.
I mean, he's famous for barely paying attention in briefings, and you know, I mean, I can't imagine that in 2013 this was fully on his radar, where he investigated it and read all the documents and really got deep into it. I can't imagine he really knows everything that went down. I bet he hasn't seen Citizen 4. I mean, I bet
Sure.
I really, you know what I mean?
Call him
I mean,
and tell him to watch
bet. Listen, if I had his number, I really would. And I do know people who know him, and I am going to communicate that after this conversation.
Pretty funny, right? So, by the way, I am absolutely in favor of a pardon for Edward Snowden. I believe he's a hero, but I think it's funny on a couple of things that are hilarious. That Donald Trump doesn't even know what the hell's going on, and the fact that Joe Rogan has any sort of impact. You know, the president of the United States is friends with the UFC president. You know, and that it's just the whole thing is ridiculous. It's fucking preposterous. Okay. On that note, I am, and nevertheless, totally in favor of a pardon. I think it'd be a good idea for Trump or anyone if Biden says I'm going to pardon Snowden, but I don't know. We shall see. Okay. On that note, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.